What's going on? You got the YouTube OG, Afi Kingdom, aka Expert Level Wrestling, and you know we got my bro and the host Black Couch going on. Go ahead and introduce yourself, and then we'll let the guest go ahead and introduce himself too.
Yes, sir. What's going on, everybody? I already know who it is. It's Black Couch Booking here with my guy, Expert Level Wrestling. As always, about to hit y'all with another great video, some more great wrestling content. And we have a special guest in the building today. You guys will want to watch the whole video all the way through. This ain't no damn TikTok. We need y'all to lock in and tap in. So please introduce yourself to the people.
Hey man, my name is Avalanche Adams. I'm currently a professional wrestler. I've been wrestling for not even a year yet. I am wrestling locally, independently in the city of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. It's where I trained. I eventually do plan on moving, south, west, more north. Just trying to make waves in every little part of the country that I can, for sure.
Cool, cool. My question for you is, you're a younger cat. What was your first experience with wrestling? What made you fall in love with it? But so just falling in love with it, not wanting to do it yet. Unless that's the same answer, then that's different.
It's kind of the same answer. I mean, the minute I saw like my first wrestling match, I knew for a fact that like this was I was going to be involved with it somehow. The first I usually tell people the first match I watched was I believe it was Backlash 2007. It was I believe it was Edge versus John Cena versus Randy Orton versus I think Shawn Michaels, and I think the finish of it was very gimmicky. I believe like Randy Orton went for the RKO. HBK hit the super kick onto Cena. Cena landed on Randy Orton, and then it hit the 1, 2, 3. It was like a super weird finish, but I just remember it being super interesting, and something about like the spectacle of all of it, just like the entrances, like just everything about it. I mean, like I fell in love literally the second like the second Edge came out in his purple gear, and I heard "You Think You Know Me," like it was a wrap. Like I knew that this was going to be my life. Basically, is lit.
Hey, you a good man. My favorite wrestler of all time is Edge, and that's how I got into wrestling as well. Edge is first cash in on John Cena with the Money in the Bank, my first pay-per-view. But you so PA, I'm right across the street, bro. I'm from Jersey, so you already know East Coast tap in. Oh, OG
Yeah,
don't know about the East Coast connection. Say no, I was playing with you, but
yeah,
you
it's,
know.
I
dude,
be
it's
I be
crazy.
telling him I be telling him to rock with an independent. Now you got one right there, bro.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's crazy. I actually grew up in South Carolina, so I've been kind of
Mm.
like up and down the East Coast, which is pretty cool.
So that's dope. So now we got that. So now from that now how did you get into wrestling and what school did you train out of? Or are you still training?
Oh yeah, I mean with wrestling, I mean I feel like you'll always be training because it's like I mean it's like everything in life. You constantly want to be practicing so you can get better. Um, so I like I said, I always knew I wanted to be a wrestler. Whenever I was like 16, I went to like this local rinky dink like redneck wrestling place like in my neighborhood. And then they hit me with the you can't train until you're 18. Um,
Hmm.
and I hated that because in high school I didn't really want to play any other sports. Like I played baseball, but like I knew I wanted to wrestle, and I didn't want to do like the amateur wrestling thing. So basically, I just waited for a little bit, and then I decided I wanted to move to a bigger city. And it just so happens that Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, happens to be very big into wrestling, and the school that trained me is a place called 880 Wrestling. And my original trainer, his name is MV Young. Cool dude.
That's what's up. Who would you say you pattern yourself after as far as like your style and promos?
Good question.
In my promos,
Your wrestling style and your promos.
Hmm.
so I usually say that my biggest inspiration is 1000% Seth Rollins. Just because I mean, like, there's like several reasons. I grew up watching wrestling. like in my teenage years during whenever Seth Rollins was WWE champion the first time. It was the time he had to relinquish it because he got hurt. And I love that version of Seth Rollins so much. I do a lot of moves based off of him. I do the Falcon's Arrow. I love that move. But yeah, I really do like Seth Rollins. I think he's like the full package for sure.
Are you?
Oh, my
Go ahead.
fault. So,
Go ahead.
so you said Seth Rollins. Like, are you watching the product now? And like, how do you feel about the product, like, as of right now?
The product as of right now, I think it's great. A lot of people have like problems with it. I mean, like WrestleMania 41 was a little weird, especially the main event. It was kind of wonky. Um, but I think the product as a whole, compared to what it was like 6, 7 years ago, miles better. And I think the industry as a whole is just so much better than it was like 7 years ago.
I agree. Do you follow all wrestling, like do Japan, ROH, all of it, or are you just a main WWE guy that you like to watch?
I so obviously I feel like WWE is like the one where like everyone's attention is at. I watch AEW here and there. Like if there's a match that really interests me, like I watched Sting's retirement match, which was really good. Um, I I like Japanese pro wrestling. I don't have like a consistent way to watch it. Like weekly. But yeah, honestly, just wrestling in general, man. There's nothing else like it, no matter what the company is.
I
All
got a
right.
side. I got a side mission question. Are you single or are you in a relationship?
I am in a relationship. I've been in a relationship for I believe it'll be 4 years coming up in July, or not July. Sorry, November.
So how was it balancing a relationship in wrestling since this is such a unorthodox type of career? How do you balance that?
Dude, that's such an awesome question. No one's ever asked me that before. It's very hard. It is like it's difficult. But I'm very lucky to be with someone that's very supportive, though, for sure. Uh, like I think it was literally like the week that me and my girlfriend met. I literally told her I was like, dude, like my dream is to be like a pro wrestler. Like I can't do it right now. But like at some point, like if you plan on sticking around with me, like that is something that's gonna end up happening because I know for a fact it's gonna end up happening. And uh ever since then, like she's nothing but supportive. Like she sees like the mental toll it takes on me, she sees the physical toll it takes on me. She's always coming to the shows that I'm performing at. Like I'm very lucky to have someone that supports me for sure, because a lot of people can't get that, you know. So yeah, I count my blessings a lot with that for sure.
I think it's an issue that a lot of people don't talk about, and it's like me. I also do dating content, and so a lot of guys' problem is lack of support from their spouse or their girlfriend. Either that or the girlfriend or spouse minimizing their shit.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I have a couple friends in the wrestling business. They told me that they've had like several relationships where like yeah, I have a friend who's a referee. He was like, yeah, I do this whole like referee thing for pro wrestling, and then like for a few weeks they're kind of like, oh, that's cool, but then like they see what it actually does to you, and they see how much time you have to spend doing it, because it's not just the wrestling, it's the setting up the ring, taking down the ring. It's also networking and like promoting yourself. There's a lot that goes into it, and also like the financial, like you got to pay for gear, you got to pay for training. Eventually I want to pay for acting classes. Like there's so much that goes into it. It's insane. It's wild.
Gotta ask you about this move. I seen a highlight of you. Are you familiar with Andrade?
So yeah, are you gonna ask me about the spinning back elbow?
Yes.
Yeah,
When I
dude. So
seen it, I was like, "Oh snap! Andrade be that."
yeah,
But
dude.
currently, so.
Yeah, dude, I love Andrade. I've loved Andrade ever since he was in NXT in 2018, I think. His match with Johnny Gargano is one of my favorite matches of all time.
Oh, that's
Uh,
my guy now. Oh, we tapped
yeah,
in.
yeah, for sure. I knew whenever I wanted to wrestle, I knew I wanted because my coaches were always like, um, basically just take small things from the wrestlers you like and make it into yourself. So I'm just kind of like taking all these dudes' moves that I like. Like I took Seth Rollins' Falcon's Arrow. I took Andrade's back elbow. I'm doing the John Cena belly to back suplex. Like I'm just kind of taking moves from the wrestlers I really like and kind of like making it my own. But I love Andrade. He's one of the most underrated wrestlers in the world. It's
I wore
unfortunate.
my Andrade t-shirt for this, man. If I would have known, I had a feeling when I seen it. I'm like, nah, it's no way. He had to have seen. I like it though. When
Yeah.
saw you execute it, I'm like, this looks pretty natural. So I think keep that a part of your moveset for sure.
Oh, dude, thank you so much. Thank you.
I see you run with a stable. Could you tell us about your stable mates?
I was just about to ask about the jocks.
Oh man. So okay, yeah. So whenever I first debuted as a wrestler, a lot of wrestlers debut in a group. It's the easiest way to get thrown um, into it because having 3-on-3 matches is way easier than remembering 1-on-1 matches because there's 6 people in a 3-on-3 match. So you only have to really remember your part out of like 6 people. Um, yeah, so it kind of just came. It was weird how it started. Um, we were all tall, and we were all like white dudes, and we like they like our coach kind of just had us and was like, I think I want you to be a group, and I want you to kind of just be like asshole, like athletic, peaked in high school, kind of gimmick, and we went with it. And I ordered a Letterman and a jersey, and we just kind of like took off with it. I don't really know what's going on with the faction right now. I've actually been taking a break from wrestling for about a month, uh, just to like refresh. Sometimes in life you kind of have to do that, um, but yeah, I'm not really sure where the jocks are going right now, but they're killing it though. I keep seeing them on my feed. They're doing really well.
I got a good question for you, brother. So tell me what you think about this. Doing an independent wrestling and trying to move up the ranks, is talent more important or is it who you know more important?
Ah man, it's like it really is both. I think probably more the people you know. That's why it's important, in my opinion, to attend seminars. Like I don't know if you know who Lee Moriarty is, but I went to one of his seminars recently. I went to a Tom Pritchard seminar. Um, I feel like it's really good to go to those because it allows you to introduce yourself to people who have been doing it longer than me and also kind of know how to navigate the business because it's a very difficult business to navigate. As someone who's only been doing this for not even a year, uh, definitely surrounding yourself with people who are more experienced is definitely the way to go for sure. But I mean, obviously, you got to have talent and also public speaking skills, and you got to be like in shape and like all this other stuff. There's so much that goes into it. It's crazy.
How do you deal with like jealousy and shit like that in the locker room?
Yeah, so the place that I wrestle at where I was trained, we have a weekly show, and being in a locker room weekly with the same people can get very like I'm trying to think of the right word. It can get like repetitive, like frustratingly repetitive. Like you see the same people, and then after a while, you're like, "Oh, I don't really know if I like this person as much as I used to." And then like once someone says something to you that doesn't really sit well the right way, and then next thing you know, there's like this thing where it's like, "Oh, they have heat," and there's like this whole thing, and then but it really just comes down to being like understanding that we're all we all love wrestling, and all we really want to do is just put on a good show and make the best of the time that we're given. I think as long as you have that mindset, I think you can get over any kind of like jealousy, because a lot of people in wrestling will say, oh, this person's hard to work with, or I don't get along with this person, so I don't want to work with them. I always try and kind of not be like that. Like if I'm not like the biggest fan of someone, I can always be like, oh, I want to have a good match with them, kind of deal.
What's the worst bump you've taken so far?
I took a concrete bump. That sucks. Yeah, I was having a match against my coach MV Young, and um, I went for a suicide dive, and he moved out the way, and he basically he leg sweeped me off the apron, and I just took the back bump on the concrete, and my elbows still have not recovered.
Eesh.
Yeah, that was rough.
Where you're at? Do you have like a journey map of which direction you're trying to go? Like, are you trying to go AEW route? You trying to go a WWE kind of route? You trying to like you trying to go NWA ish?
Dude, like honestly, it all has to do with, I think, who would notice me. Uh, Obviously WWE is the dream. But with AEW, I've heard that they pay more, which is like a whole thing. It honestly just comes down to whatever I can do to get exposure. I think, like anywhere that, like, if NWA came to me and was like, we would love to, like, book you on our show, I would definitely take that. I'd be stupid not to, but like whoever would book me for sure.
I'll say this, not necessarily a question, but whenever you can, if you can get that $10, get that TNA subscription. I kind of see, based off of what I've seen from you, I think if you went to TNA, I think it'll probably fit like a glove, because
Oh yeah.
I think TNA is really picking talent that's like extremely talented and building them up. I don't think
Mhm.
TNA is a jealousy thing with their company where they're trying to keep people from becoming bigger. I think they're helping people get big to the point where they'll put in the word. So, just if you
Oh yeah.
start tapping in with TNA, I think you X Division champion in the future. Why not?
Hey man, hey, I'm shooting for it, man. I'm friends with a referee here in the Pittsburgh area. He was able to do some referee work for TNA, and that was pretty cool. Like it's really cool, like seeing people that I know get those kind of opportunities, because it kind of reminds me like, oh, it can happen, and if I work hard enough, it will happen.
That's what do you think about the females wrestling in that whole scene?
I think it's good. I think it's good right now. My favorite women's wrestler right now has got to be Tiffany Stratton. Um,
What do you like about what do you like about her?
what do I like about her? Oh man, honestly, like I feel like it's just like the fact that she's just like, this might come off like, I hope this doesn't come off as like bad, but I feel like a lot of women's wrestlers nowadays focus a little too hard on being like not feminine. I guess it's because of like the whole like divas division, like they like, and I really do understand it because that time period was so rough for them. But like, with like Rhea Ripley and like, I mean, I know she just got released, but like Shayna Baszler, and like I feel like there's so many women wrestlers that attempt to be like Becky Lynch was literally calling herself the man, and to me that's just kind of like eh. I like Tiffany Stratton because she's kind of just like, yeah, like I'm a blonde bad bitch, It's kind of like, and like she knows who she is and she doesn't really have to like, you know. But like I fuck with Rhea Ripley too. I really do like Rhea Ripley. I like most of the women wrestlers in the locker room, except for like Nia Jax. I don't really I don't really know if I like Nia Jax, but yeah.
That's
Since
crazy.
since you watch the product now, what do you think of the whole Seth and Paul thing going on? What do you have expectations for that?
I like it. I think so. It's funny because right before Seth Rollins turned heel, I was watching Raw with my girlfriend, and I said, I love Seth Rollins, but he's like, I feel like they need to switch it up a little bit. He just comes out and the crowd sings his song. It was like that like every week for a while. And then as soon as I said that, they turned him heel at WrestleMania, and I was like, oh hell yeah. Like I was literally waiting for them to like switch it up with Seth because he was just kind of getting repetitive after a while. And I'm so glad that they did that. But and then they added Braun Breaker in there, which that's like a whole other thing. I love Braun Breaker because I love the Steiners. I think the
Yeah.
Steiners, especially Scott Steiner, his promo work is hilarious. Um, and I'm very excited to see where the faction goes. I think they could potentially add at least one more person in it to make it kind of, or at least two or two. I mean, if they want to do like the whole evolution kind of deal, like if they want to get that many members, but I'm excited for it. I like the product right now.
Do you see yourself like a lot of people keep themselves in one box. I'm the technical guy. I'm the high flying guy. I would say a guy like Swerve, who he started off as the high flyer, then he got really big and bulkier, and
Mm-hmm.
now he got that brawler type of style. Do you see yourself like adding any other style to your current style now? And what would you say your current style is right now?
So I don't really know. I would say my current style right now is kind of just like, strike heavy and
Mhm.
like big move, like big powerful move kind of deal. I do want to do some more like lucha stuff. The only thing is when you practice lucha stuff, the ropes have to be like very tight,
Okay.
or else you'll mess yourself up. And a lot of times to get the ropes tight enough to where it's safe to do lucha, it kind of just like takes a while, and sometimes it's not really worth it. But there are some stuff that I do like that are like kind of high flying. Like I do like a shotgun drop kick off of the second rope, which is really fun. Um, yeah, mostly just big moves. And I do really like doing strikes, like really heavy kicks and forearms, stuff like that.
I want to know. I want to know who's your top five in ring and who's your top five promo.
Mm.
All federations don't matter.
You said all generations?
Well, I said all federations, but it could still be
Oh,
a.
all federation. Oh, okay. I thought you said all generations. In ring. Oh, geez. In ring, number one all time, probably Shawn Michaels. This list changes. This list changes all the time. By the way, like every time I'm asked this question, it usually changes up. Number one is definitely Shawn Michaels in ring. Um, Number two. Man. I'm gonna just say Seth Rollins. Screw it. Number three. Uh, Andrade. Number four. Actually, no, I'm gonna go number three, Eddie Guerrero. Number four, Andrade, and then number five, AJ Styles. Maybe. God, that was really hard. Promo wise, this one's probably easier. Number one, definitely John Cena. I don't think anyone gets better than John Cena. Uh, Number two, The Rock. Number three, CM Punk. Number four, probably Cody Rhodes. And then number five, it's hard. Mm, Ricky Starks. I know that's a very controversial pick, but I saw him cut a promo the other day and it blew my mind. So yeah, I'd say Ricky Starks or Ricky Saints now, whatever.
Maybe pick a Karrion Cross promo.
Oh, I love Karrion Cross, and I thought his promo was sick.
Mm-hmm.
Very underrated.
Say, OG, I want you to get the last question.
All right, brother. So where do you it's so let's just clear like this. It's WrestleMania 41 season. It just happened. Where do you see yourself in the year around WrestleMania 42 in your career, in your story mode?
In my story mode, oh man, I at least want to have a championship by then. I at least want to win a title. It doesn't matter where. It doesn't matter what it is. I want to have at least wrestled in 4 other states. And honestly, just like work on like my physique, because I've noticed like with wrestling, it takes a long time. It takes a long time to get the experience. It takes a long time to meet the people, and it takes a long time to fully get good at wrestling. I usually joke and I tell people, um, I give myself till WrestleMania 50. Like I gotta be at WrestleMania 50. Like that's the thing for me. Like I gotta have a WrestleMania 50 moment. That's my long-term goal, because I always thought, if you set a really unrealistic goal, then you'll be for sure to have gone far. So that's basically where I stand on that.
Got you. And I lied. We got 8 minutes left, so let's ask some more questions. So
Thank you. Let's get it.
let's go, man. I'm the timekeeper. I make sure we
Yes,
on
sir.
schedule. But I wanted to ask you this: has anyone, your coaches, whoever you just talked to, maybe people on social media, have they given you any comparisons, like any comps to anyone that's currently WWE, AEW, or anything like that?
Well, I do get the I get the Seth Rollins thing a lot, which that makes me very happy. A lot of people say I look like a taller Adam Cole. I don't really, but I feel like that could be said about any wrestler with long
Jack
hair.
Perry, I see Jack Perry.
You see Jack Perry? I've
I was
also
just gonna say, have you ever got the Jungle Boy compare? I was just gonna ask you that. Yeah.
yeah yeah, I have a few times. Um,
I
I
like
think
Jack Perry. People who don't like him, I like him. I don't
I like
understand.
it too.
I don't
It's
understand the problem.
I
it's
like him
because
as a heel.
same. It's because of the CM Punk situation.
Mhm. Yeah, I think he's cool, and then I like the when he personalized the title. That was dope. Blacked it out. I like that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I think he's cool. I mean, I people just hate on AEW. I think it's whatever. I think it's like, I mean, it's 2 different products. Obviously, they're not going to be the same, because if they were, then what would be the point of having 2 separate products?
You don't think they should chill on the selling and the spots though?
Yeah, they could chill a little. They could chill a little. like 4 Canadian destroyers is a tad much, I will say. That's a little crazy.
I,
You
I,
see,
oh, excuse me. I wrote a book about wrestlers, and I really
Mhm.
was I was talking about Will Ospreay, and I wanted to rank him higher, but his no selling that really affects his whole match. Like it just be too fucking much going on. Like slow the fuck down, bro. Like
Right.
goddamn.
Yeah, like dude, it's crazy. Like I was watching literally earlier today. I think it was WrestleMania 22. It was Great Khali versus Kane, and dude, I'm not gonna lie, it was one of the most slowest matches I've ever watched in my entire life. But at the end of the day, the Great Khali got over as a heel. I feel like in AEW, no one heel unless you're like Ricochet. But his heat is kind of just heat because people don't like him. So I don't know. Wrestling's weird.
you
I
you
think
see,
we rub up the Bucks and stuff though. I think that's a good association
yeah.
to connect them. instead of just having him on his own. If he
Oh
wants
yeah,
to get the hurt business, then yeah. But since that didn't happen, let him roll with those cats and get some more heat.
Missed
right.
opportunity, bro. You see, OG got the 2 belts. What's your favorite belt design of all time?
Ooh, I could tell you some of the worst ones. My favorite one is probably the big gold heavyweight belt.
Yes, sir.
Probably that one.
We got the Wing Eagle one right here.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Then we got the hardcore Wing Eagle one right here.
I mean,
This
you can't go wrong with the
hardcore.
eagle. Yeah.
It's blurred out because it's so exclusive. We can't show people everything. You know, I tell OG to
Yeah,
keep those belts in the basement, but he keep bringing them out.
yeah, bro. I can't show him all that.
Yo,
No.
what if we got a copyright for that shit? That'd be crazy.
I wouldn't be able to dispute it. I don't think.
Dude, another one I really like is the WWE Championship. It's like the one now, but it was like before it was like all gold. It was like black. I really like that one. That was
With
like
the leather and with the leather behind the W.
yeah. I thought that one was really good.
Oh, good man.
Say speaking of your relationships, would you ever consider or trying to consider, getting, have your relationship maybe not on screen like some stupid love angle, but like a manager type of role, if she would be down for it.
Oh, dude, it's so funny. I've literally like told my girlfriend so many times. I'm like, I just feel like if you're in a relationship with a wrestler and you live with a wrestler, wrestling in some way is going to become part of your life. And like I've always like teased her and I'm like, you should be a wrestler. And she's always just like, hell no. And like, it's being a wrestler is not for everyone. Uh, and as far as like going like doing like a storyline goes, I'm much of like a my relationship is kind of like a personal thing for sure. Um, yeah, I mean, but like my girlfriend does love wrestling though. Like she's always liked wrestling too, which is but I mean obviously nowhere near as me.
Well, here's a good follow up for that though. You see Dominic Mysterio and Liv Morgan. How you think she would feel if you had to get into that type of situation?
Yeah,
You know,
dude. No, dude, it's so funny. We've had this conversation before because like she was like, is Dom actually married to someone else? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, I don't think I could do that. And then I kind of was just like, I don't know, but like the money would be kind of good. And then she was like, oh yeah, true. It's like that's all it took.
That's actually a green flag. So acknowledge that.
Yeah. Oh, for
That could
sure.
have went the other way.
Yeah.
For sure, for sure.
so now that we come into the end, now we can hit you with the final question. You already OG already asked for the top five. I want to know who's your dream wrestler to work with, and who is your dream manager that you would love to, manage you. Maybe you might not need someone to cut promo for you, but who would you like to if you had to?
Uh someone who I wish I could. Ooh. Um, I would love to have a match with Rey Mysterio in his prime. I think that'd be really fun because I think it would just be a fun. Sorry, my cat is trying. I think it would be fun match dynamic with Rey Mysterio just because I'm really big and he's really small. And every time I watch Rey Mysterio wrestle, he's literally just launching himself into his opponent, and it's the most hilarious thing. Like he just is literally jumping all over the place, and I just think it would be fun to like catch him and take like a Hurricanrana and a 619. Um, as far as a manager goes, um, I mean, Paul Heyman, you can't go wrong with Paul Heyman. There's literally no going wrong there. Um, I'm trying to think of like anyone else though, because I feel like Paul Heyman's a very generic answer. Screw it. I'll say I'll have Rey Mysterio as my manager. Screw it. Because I do consider Rey Mysterio my first favorite of all time. I really, really liked Rey Mysterio as a kid.
Not mad at it. OG, you want to hit us with the outro?
Uh, I hope you guys go over there and follow Avalanche. Make sure you hit them up on Instagram for a booking, or maybe you may be an independent wrestler. You might want to network with them, or get a little bit more of a story. Make sure you subscribe to me, Expo Level Wrestling. Hit the notification bell, chop it up with me, and hit me up on the DMs too. And